Alright. I have started taking another medication today. This one is so that I don't gag or regurgitate the witch's brew of other medications I have to take. When you need to take a pill to take all the other pills you have to take, that is when you know you are fucked. This comic is Angels of Aslan 4, a series starring a bunch of Marvel characters from their 50s publications. It is written by Jeff Parkman, who is a really nice guy and a good writer, but this isn't the best issue. It definitely isn't bad, but I reckon it underuses an idea presented that deserved a lot more page time. It really should be a story in its own right. The cover is... I don't know what to say about the cover. There are colours on it, I guess. The recap pages in Angels of Aslan usually have some personality like this. Normally it is Gorilla Man calling Marvel crossovers a pile of shit. And our story is told between two different time periods. We have the adventures set in the 50s, which have the better art and the best stuff. You see, the idea I was referring to was, in the 50s, the Angels of Aslan discover Captain America and Bucky Man in cryogenic tubes. They don't know, the world at large didn't know, that these are not the real deal. These are the 50s Captain America and Bucky Man, who were put on ice when they became a problem. Basically, when Marvel brought Captain America back in the 60s, they said that he had been out of commission since World War II. But there were comics that were done in the 50s starring Captain America fighting communists. And so Marvel said that those appearances weren't the real Captain America, but a replacement who was more than a bit mental. I will definitely talk about the 50s Cap in more detail in another video. I just want to quickly cover the basics here. Linking these two things is good. The 50s Super Team and the 50s Captain America. And obviously, the Angels of Aslan, they think that it is the real Captain America. And I reckon this should have been a full issue or a full story in its own right. It could have given us an insight into what really happened with the 50s Captain America and the 50s Bucky Man. We have barely seen their history covered that much. In the modern day, the team fight Captain America, who isn't the real Captain America either, but Bucky Man. The art isn't as good, but the artist himself is good in other books. I think the colouring doesn't work as well with his art here. I am not a big fan of Bucky Man, Captain America, and I feel like if they wanted to, they could have established something to better have Bucky Man go up against the Angels of Aslan. Maybe when he was Winter Soldier, he did something in the 50s that involved them. Instead, this feels like an appearance that would make more sense if it was Steve Rogers. then the two stories might actually gel a bit better. In the past, they mistook a fake Captain America for the real deal. And then in this one, with Steve Rogers, you would have them meet the real Captain America, but are at odds with him. I guess you sort of have a theme with them both being replacement Captain Americas. So in the past, the team, they tried to free the Captain America and Bucky Man from captivity. And this could be a good story. In the present, using Uranus Boys, telepathy, they interrogate Bucky Man and they see his memories. And through that, they learn that the current Captain America is Bucky Man. I will also quickly explain that Bucky Man was the original Captain America's long dead teen sidekick. He was brought back to life in 2005 as a Soviet stealth, secret, covert, sleeper agent, super assassin called the Winter Shoulder. Then, following the death of Steve Rogers, boo-hoo, Bucky Man became the new Captain America. And he was a snooze. Very dull character. He should have stayed dead. The way he was for 40 years of comics. Anything you want to do with a Winter Shoulder or a Bucky Man could be done with No Man, who they killed off to make way for Bucky Man returning. No Man, of course, being the 50s Bucky Man. Since this is a team made up of characters from the 50s, it makes sense to have them cross over with Captain America, or as we saw in another issue, Seaman, and even Bucky Man works. Using that 50s Captain America is sensible, but there isn't much here. It sort of doesn't do enough with the 50s Captain America to justify bringing him into this story. It would have been a good place to actually show some of 50s Captain America's history. Maybe show how it parallels with the Angels of Aslan and their activities. I still don't think we have ever seen why the 50s Captain America and 50s Bucky Man got put on ice. What exactly they did to have the government commit to that. They could have done something a bit exciting here where they have the Angels of Aslan be the ones who are brought in to take the two of them down. We don't actually learn anything new about 50s Captain America and Bucky Man, other than this little journey they went on where their pods were carted around for a bit, and how in the end they were returned to the government. The Angels of Aslan don't find out if it is the real Captain America, or why he is being kept like this. The government won't share its secrets, and then also forces the Angels of Aslan to disband due to all the paranoia of that age. Just like what happened in the issue of What If that introduced the team. Then we have a tease for the next issue. Buckyman gans to rally the Avengers to fight the Angels of Aslan, and I have already reviewed the next part. I reviewed it a long time ago. It is good. I wanted to review this because someone in the comments suggested that they should have had Angels of Aslan meet the 50s Captain America, and I said they did do that, and this was it. Underwhelming when you look at the issue for that story. That is very botched. And there isn't really much to the issue other than that. We got to see Uranus Boy use his powers. We got to see some minor fighting between the team and Buckyman. But I don't feel the characters were used all that well in here. They didn't stand out or have that much individual contribution to the plot. And it is a shame because these are good characters. I think Uranus Boy and Gorilla Man were the only ones that even had a point out in this video. So I'll give it 7 thumbs up.